one of the benefits of my job is, it's a plus and a minus, but I get to drive around Virginia a lot on the highways. And it reminds me of all the great historic places we have here. And it's not just, you know, old buildings and Civil War battlefields, it's also just places. And the other day I was driving south of Charlottesville, heading down to Lynchburg, and I saw this highway sign that said Lynchburg 39, Danville 106. And it reminded me of that line. It's a long, rough road from Lynchburg to Danville. It lies on a 3-mile grade. I thought, wow, that's neat, I'm driving down this road. But it's about you know that song, the record, the old 97, it's about the railroad that runs from Lynchburg to Danville, and how in 1903, Steve Brody was told to make up the time delay that had set into the train and take it from Monroe, Virginia, the rail yard north of Lynchburg, to Spencer, North Carolina, and make up the time that had been lost. And he tried to do that, and he flew off the trestle north of Danville about 90 miles an hour, killed most of the crew and himself, but it became a famous story and sort of a heroic song. So, the record, the old 97.
One Sunday morning I was standing on the mountain, watching the smoke below. It was coming from the tall, thin smokestack down on the Southern Railroad. Oh, the 97 was the fastest train the South had ever seen, but it ran so fast on that Sunday morning, death toll numbered 14. Well, they gave him his orders at Monroe, Virginia. They said, Steve, we're way behind time. This ain't the 38, it's the old 97. You must put her into Spencer on time. So he turned and he said to his black, greasy firemen, just shovel on a little more coal. And when we cross the top of that White Oak Mountain, that's when they'll see old 97 roll. But it's a long, rough railroad from Lynchburg to Danville, and it lies on a 3-mile grade. It was on that mountain that he lost his air brakes. You should have seen the jump that they made. They were rolling down the mountain, making 90 miles an hour, when the whistle broke into a scream. They found him in the wreck with his hands on the throttle, scalded to death by the steam. Then a telegram came to Washington Station. This is the way that it read: that brave engineer of the old 97, well, he's lying down in Danville dead. So all of you ladies, from this day forward, take heed from this story and learn. Be kind and true to your dear loving husband. He may leave you and never return. He may leave